Hello, and thank you for tuning in. You are tuned in to The Encourager, and my name is Nehru. I am wanting to talk about, briefly, us in the church, and specifically, confirmation birth. I haven't drank anything yet. I do have my tea in my hand. So I want to talk about how the church prostitutes the people. Okay? And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what religion it is. It doesn't matter. You could be Methodist. You could be Catholic. Oh, goodness, Catholic. Don't get me started. You could be... There is no... Man's control, humans' control of man, or karmic control of man, or Luciferian's control of man, started with religion. Okay? And so the way that you have to heal it is through spirituality. Okay? So, going to church, and again, I was a part of a church for 20 years, the same church, the Rock of Central Florida in Sanford, Florida. Okay? But even while there were times when it got too religious and I wouldn't go that particular Sunday or whatever, okay? Or I felt like it was getting that way, like it was getting monotonous, right? Time to make the donuts, time to go to church, right? The church should not be having you spend more time at the church than with your family away from the church. That was one of the beliefs of the Rock of Central, or Steve Parker, the senior minister at the Rock, that he implemented. Okay? And that is one of the things that I agree with him. Okay? The church has... Oh, for those of you who are new and wondering why did I leave, in the playlist, there is a journal playlist. I encourage you to go through that journal playlist. Yes, there's a lot of videos, but go through that journal playlist and get caught up on what happened between me, Scorpio, how I'm a physical representation of the Rock of Central Florida and was for 20 years. That was the land that I was sent to conquer the giant, the pedophile, the all of that while I was in Florida. The sperm donor minister that took my first wife was put away in 2014, 10 years ago, actually right around this time of the year, okay? In Detroit, he's in Michigan, in a Michigan prison today. If he hasn't died, and I'm just not, I haven't been notified, right? So, yeah, right? And I don't say that because I'm mean or anything like that. Again, he's a polygamist minister and took my first wife and daughter. Okay, so yeah, and again, I forgave him a long time ago. Okay, but that doesn't mean that I don't speak truth about what the shit that he did to me. Okay, all right, I'm not simplifying what he did, no more than anyone else who has come against me, and you shouldn't either. Anyone who's come against you, don't simplify their actions. Don't justify it. Take it for what it is. That's what I did in my situation, okay? I looked at things and I thought, let's take out all the guesswork and just look at the truth of what we've actually experienced. Take out all the guesswork. I don't know if that person's this. I don't know if that person's that. Just look at what is actually manifested in the 3D. Just look at that alone and base your answer just on that alone, and then that is probably the truest answer you can come up with, okay? So, I don't know if anybody else has done spell work against me outside of, okay? So I can't look at my siblings and say that they are against me, although I know they are against me, okay? I can't say that I know they are against me, I will say, but I can't say that they directly are doing spell work against me. I don't know that. I know the sperm donor is, and I know the Scorpio was. Okay? Strong possibility that the Scorpio's mother or sister was. Okay? Strong possibility. And the sperm donor's wife was paying someone, or somebody was paying someone to have work done on me. Okay? Maybe even to unalive me while I was living with the Scorpio. Okay? So when you hear the whatever fierceness or whatever in my voice, uncompromising whatever, that's from a whole lot of shit. Okay? So the church. Going to church every week, first of all, that alone is religious. That's why I do this religiously. There are very few things that you should do religiously. Very few things. You should probably brush your teeth religiously. Okay? You should probably bathe religiously. Okay? But very few things you should do religiously. You probably shouldn't even have the same drink every morning, but you do. Probably coffee. It's been a long time. I had my first cup of coffee when I did my staycation a couple of weeks ago. First cup of coffee in a year. I haven't drank coffee in a long time consistently. And so when we go to church and we listen to half-truths, which are whole lies, so nearly anything, I'm going to say nearly anything spoken using Genesis to Revelation. Yeah, of course I'm speaking to Christianity, because that's where I grew up. I can't speak to being Muslim because I'm not. So, yeah, right? And I'm not even a Christian, but that's what I grew up as, and that's what I spent the majority of my adult years as when I was a part of some type of religious organization. Okay? So, the church, just like the sperm donor who was a minister, the church overall, the religion overall, has prostituted you. How does religion prostitute its members, its people? How does religion does that? It doesn't matter. Catholic, Methodist, Pentecostal, Church of God in Christ, Baptist, Southern Baptist, Methodist, Episcopalian, whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay? Mormons, all of it is shitty. All of it. And all of it is a pimp. All of it. Tell me what other place, what other organization releases you out into the wild for you to bring home the harvest to them. Releases you out into the wild once again to bring in your harvest to them. Who does that? Who does that? A pimp. That's who does that. There are all kinds of pimps. The church, the religious system, is a pimp. And you are being pimped. Because if you, what does this say? We just gave you a reduction on your something. Discount. So, hopefully a reduction on the fucking drama and the timeline about a reduction on that, and blessing the divine masculines and feminines with the shit we've been sowing faithfully for decades and eons. How about that, universe? And how about a reduction on the length of time it's taken for us to manifest that? How about that, universe? Sekhmet, Mayat, you guys are on board? So I encourage you to stop going to church. I said it. I encourage you to stop going to church, especially if you've been going for years and years and years. And you've been praying and you've been tithing and I'm going to ask you to cut all of that off for a little while. Okay? And I'm going to ask you to look into some books other than the Bible. Okay? I'm going going to ask you to Google lost books of the Bible, lost scripture, lost canon text, so that we can learn more about ourselves and the truth about the program that we are all, to some degree, subjected to here in the 3D. Even myself to some degree, right? Because again, I render to Caesar what belongs to Caesar. I pay sales tax and stuff just like everyone else does when I purchase items. Okay? But I'm giving to Caesar the minimum, because that's truly all Caesar deserves, is the minimum, as my nose itches like crazy. Okay? 0220-060 and 3333 are our angel numbers. If you have not watched that video, feel free to go and look at that video. It's been recently posted. Thank you so much, as always, for tuning in. And again, this little short video is doing nothing more than hopefully stirring something in you to cause you to ask yourself a question. Am I being prostituted by the church that I am a part of? Are they lying to me, telling me that it's my church, but in fact, it really isn't? It really is the individuals whose names are registered with the state. It's really not mine. They're lying. It's like the government. They try to tell you such and such is yours, but they have eminent domain. Son of a... That was just downloaded. I didn't even know what I was going to say. I was thinking of it. I was like, what is that called? What is that called? As I was talking, literally in the background, eminent domain literally came out right on time. Most High puts the words in my mouth, in this throat chakra, just in the nick of time. So there is something called eminent domain, okay? And so what eminent domain means is that although you purchase your house, you purchase your parcel of land, it's all registered, and you got to go through a ridiculous amount of paperwork, more paperwork to defend this country, or less paperwork is used to defend this country when you enlist than when you purchase property. Why is that? Yeah, there's a reason for that. Okay? You are expendable, just in case you weren't sure. To every leader in this country today, you are expendable. I can't speak for other countries. Okay? So, what are you going to do about the church prostituting you? I left the church. I left religion. You don't have to. I'm just asking, what are you going to do? You might feel as though you're traditionally tied to your church because of whatever historical significance you've attached to it. Okay? The goal is not to be attached to anything. Again, the tithe was never meant for the church. The church was meant to receive just gifts. That's it. Just give from your heart. However, if you don't have money, bring your shoes by. Someone's going to need them. That's how the church should be. It should be a distribution center. Of what? Good. If the church can only run an electricity bill up $150 because that's all that's being contributed right now on a monthly basis, they need to go to a place that allows them to pay $150 a month for electricity. They don't need to be going out building a place and then telling you the lease is $12,000 a month and we're all responsible for it. Do you see it? You know why Catholics have all these gorgeous cathedrals all over the world? Money. 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 Why? Because they're the richest religion on this planet by a long shot. That's why they changed scripture. That's why they're in cahoots with the Vatican and these skull and bone societies. Bushes, Romneys, it's no secret. Okay? MK Ultra, no secret. Agent Orange, real deal. Yeah. Other bullshit too. Real deal. Yeah. Illuminati. Yep. $1 bill. Yep. The least changed bill in U.S. currency since its beginning. The $1 bill. Because it has all sorts of spiritual connotations and symbolisms on it. That's why. That's why. Okay? I'm trying to usher us into a new age. And not just myself, there are others. Okay? I listened to a few of those others. I don't know most of them, because I don't know 140,000 people. I don't know. I could name 200 people probably. I'm not in connection with 200 people today, though. You know what I mean? Closely. Okay? I'm probably in close connection with probably 5 people today. Truly. I don't even know if it's 5. I have to really think about that. But do you know how peaceful my life is? And again, I'm not saying you have to be in solitude. But do you know how tranquil my life is today because of its simplicity? Even with having a YouTube channel, even with the bullshit that the karmics continue to do. We pulled the devil card today, representing death, new beginnings. Okay? Yesterday we pulled the tower and the world card, new beginnings. Okay? So I hope I am an example of strength. How we can remove ourselves from situations and people that no longer serve us, perhaps never did. And through that process of filtering out the bad, and we are left with more purity, we can ascend and we can become a truer version of who we are. If you are going to church every week and you are giving some man or woman part of your money every week, you are being prostituted. If you are going to a church, to a synagogue, to a temple every week, and you're expecting someone to tell you how you are to live your life, you are being prostituted. No one told me that I needed to go from religion to spirituality completely. I was born an angelic being. I was born an earth angel, so I had some work to do, not a lot. But I hope I am. If I do nothing else from the time that I'm here, I hope it's that. Encourage someone to get up and make a change. For once in my life, it's gonna feel real good, gonna make a difference, gonna make it bright. So I put on my clothes, my favorite winter coat. It's blowing my mind. See the kids on the street without enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see them weep? That's why I'm starting with me. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I have asked him to change his ways. No message could have been any clearer. If you want the world place. Take a look at yourself and make the change. Woo! Na, 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 na. Been a victim of selfish kind of love. It's time that I realize. Have you been a victim of a selfish kind of love? It's time that you realize. Thank you so much for tuning in. You've been tuned into The Encourager. I am here for one purpose, and that is to help us all become our highest, purest, truest version of ourselves. To help us see that we are extraterrestrial beings. We are not a being dumbed down by man. We are not a being that needs to slave by thy brow. That right there, that is the lie. You are a manifester. You are an alchemizer. You have the ability to change your life around. Supernatural. Through esoteric means. Through meditation. Through spiritual alignment. Through spiritual practices. You're not meant to be a robot controlled by man's system, going to work, getting a house, white picket fence, 2.5 kids, and a dog. That's not what you were created for. You weren't created to go to school, get in debt, get a degree, not put it to use, stay in debt for 10, 20 more years, 6 figures worth of income or debt because you weren't meant to live that life. You weren't meant to live that life. You were not. You were not. It's the propaganda of the enemy. It's the propaganda of the karmic Jezebel, Luciferian, Apophis, Apep, Orman energy. Okay? In the show, Lucifer would always ask, what question? What do you desire? Was Lucifer's question. Okay? So that is exactly what the enemy does. Stands in front of you with a woman, a man, a drug opportunity, a prostitute opportunity, a fake collaboration opportunity, or some other karmic situation. The enemy stands in front of you and says, what do you desire? And when the enemy says, what do you desire? What is this confirmation? Oh, someone liked the comment. So that's what the enemy does. And the enemy stands there every single day you wake up. Okay? If you go to sleep in a not good energy, guess what the enemy does? Then the enemy is waiting until you fall asleep. Okay? Because if you are in karmic situations, you are not high vibrating anyway. Okay? So majority of your work is physical, whatever protection you are doing. Okay? The majority of your work should be spiritual, not physical. I can stand in front of my fucking enemy's face in the physical, and I have, and look them in the face. Okay? They didn't do anything, and they wouldn't do anything now. The Scorpio, she wouldn't do anything if I was standing in front of her right now. She wouldn't do anything. Not violently. Her fat ass husband, he wouldn't do anything. Nothing. Steve, he wouldn't do anything. Nothing. Jim, any of them, they wouldn't do anything. None of them. AJ, none of them. I'd smoke their ass like a fucking joint. They wouldn't do shit to me. I'm a motherfucking baller. She would want a nigga now, but I ain't got no time to call her. I'ma stall her like she stalled me. Got no time to call. I'm Mike Jones. Don't act like you don't know my name. Ain't nothing changed but my change. I'ma stay the same. Look my enemy in the face and say, do something, dumbass. Do something, bitch. Try it. It's that kind of day today. It's that kind of day today. And I meditated. Energy's good and clean. It's just that kind of day today. It's a judgment kind of day today. We saw it 2 days in a row. Devastation. Amut energy. A-M-M-U-T. That's the number 24. Or excuse me, that's the number 30. That's a 3. Okay? 3333. Angel number today. Okay, I was born on the 333rd day of the month for our new subscribers. Kidney transplant on the 7/7/17. If you would like to know more about my polygamous sperm donor, I posted a video 9 days ago. That video has close to 1,000 views. It's called My Polygamous Sperm Donor Turns 67 today. He was a minister. Yeah. And polygamous for 30-something years. I have 16 siblings. I'm the eldest of 17. Okay? So that's why I'm here. To walk this thing out like you, but to show those who need to be shown the way that it needs to be walked out. How do you stay faithful when you're going through the Job experience? Literally, how do you stay faithful? Giving everything away, including my dog. Cars, motorcycle, clothes, shoes, paintings, computer, everything, beds, everything. Like everything away, everything. How do you do that and not become the most angry, the angriest? How do you not become the angriest, most bitter, most selfish, self-centered individual in the world? How do you go through all of that and propose to someone who was already in a relationship and they said yes to me? That wedding didn't happen. How do you go through all the fucking illusions and still be standing? How do you do that? I'm going to tell you, you do it with far fewer people around you than you think you do. Far fewer people around you than you think you do. Okay? So perhaps right now as I'm sitting here, I'm getting that this is really motivation. This is motivation for us, really. So thank you, Divine Source, for waking me up in this mood. I am definitely in a slashing mood this morning. I am definitely in warrior mode today. Definitely. There are days when I'm willing to put up with a tinge more bullshit than usual. Today is not one of those days. Okay? That's just where I am today. That's just where my energy is. I don't know if I'm reading the collective energy, but that's where my energy is today. Okay? It is just that. Get the fuck off me. And I'm looking at them like Mambo, like, okay, we'll see. Okay, and it's not them like John, Mary, Dick, Susie, Mark, whatever. It's not that. No, it's the Luciferian energy that's asking me, what do you desire? I'm looking at that energy and saying, okay, dumbass fucker, bring your ass over here. I will stomp on your fucking neck with ice skates on, bitch. Come over here. Come over here. Come over here. You've not come across this fucking Tasmanian devil like me. You've never in your life seen this incredible Hulk. I'm stomping shit out. Stomping shit out. What? Whatever needs to be stomped out today. I needed that egg cleanse. I'm glad I did it last night or early this morning. I needed that. Yeah. Did a complete cleanse, everything, before I meditated around 2:30 between 2:30 and 3 o'clock this morning. We're not meant to be in the program, people. We're not meant to be in the program. Okay? Thank you so much for tuning in. If you'd like to get in touch with me, all of my contact information and social media links will be included in the information section of this video. If you would like to email me, you can do so. I am at theencourager333@gmail.com. Let us be diligent. Let us let go of religion. Let us remove religion from our lives, because religion is just, again, another part of the program. It's like a television show. You come home, you sit down and flop in front of the TV, and you don't move for 6 hours. That's the program. But when in truth, what you should be doing with at least part of that time is connecting with your higher self. You should be accessing your, I'm big on the Akashic records right now. Big. I'm accessing those every day. I'm big on accessing the Akashic records now. I am big on that. And I think that's just where I am. Again, I can't speak for everyone. I am here for a certain group of people. Again, not for everyone. That's why those who were around me rejected me, because I'm not here for everyone. Return to sender, all spell work. Return to sender, all beauty spells. Return to the senders, all love magic or love spells. Return to the sender, all moon magic. Return to the sender, all spell work against occupations, prosperity. Return to sender, all poverty spells. Return to sender, all poverty spells. Return to sender, all poverty spells. Esoteric Neptune, calling to Neptune, release. For those of us who are in position to receive, release the inheritance to the collective. That the enemy has tried to steal, kill, and destroy. Neptune energy, Neptune energy, Neptune energy. So that's why I'm here as an extraterrestrial, esoteric being. All right? And again, all that I say, much is in you. Much of it is in you. And different things. You have abilities and things that I don't have. Okay? So it's time to make that change. Michael is definitely in the house. He's a starseed. He's a light worker. Again, anybody that I speak of, I have no earthly knowledge of their personal life. I know the purpose for which they were here. Whether or not they fulfill it completely or not, that's up to them. Just like it's up to me for mine. It's up to you for yours. Okay? But I do know that. What I do believe about him and Prince, I believe one was a masculine energy and one was a feminine energy. I truly believe that. One was a divine masculine and one was a divine feminine. And you can see that throughout history. At various times. Where two almost twin-like people are birthed into a place by completely separate parents. Separate years, maybe even different decades. Confirmation with something about a juror or jury or something. Again, with Trump, I'm getting Trump trumpets. I don't know what that means. Again, I'm not Republican or Democrat. And when I say that, I mean I'm literally not registered as a Republican or a Democrat. Okay? I don't pick sides. There is no race except the human race. There are no blacks or whites in America. There are Caucasian people in America, and there are brown people in America. There is no black and white. No one is black or white. We need to change our language. We need to change the way we speak. I guess this is a news blast. General news blast. What are we doing right now? What are we doing right now? Collective. High vibing beings, what are we doing? Extraterrestrials, what are we doing? What are we doing? Anubis, what are we doing? Lumeria, what are we doing? What are we doing? Other esoteric guides, oracles, spiritual leaders, what are we doing? Come on, Mariah. There's got to be a way to connect the world today. And together we'll heal. I don't know what she said. Heal the pain. There's got to be a way to connect this world today. And together we'll. Again, I don't know all the words. That song just came to that part of it. Today is 6/4/24. That's a perfect equation. That has something to do with today. So something about 46 or 64. I know Steve Parker was born in 64. Again, he's the senior minister at the Rock of Central Florida. I was 46 years and 9 months before I awakened and realized that religion was a bunch of bullshit. That was 3 years ago. I don't know. So yeah, so thank you so much for tuning in. My left hand is itching like ballistically. Does that make sense? My hand is itching ballistically? I don't even know what I'm saying. My hand is itching like, yeah, wild. So generally that means someone's losing something. In general whatever, right? I remember a couple of weeks ago, Divine Source placed a gold scroll in my left hand. 3939, a gold scroll. My left arm is also the arm that had the umbilical cord wrapped around it, along with my neck, when I was being birthed into this place this time. Again, all of that's significant. Consider your happenings. It is time for change, people. Change about the way that we do things, the government systems, the programming, the TV shows that emasculate men and have us looking like dumbasses, like all we care about confirmation with the message, text message or whatever that message is on the phone, has men in America feeling fucking worthless. And then they want to know why men bail out on their responsibilities. Because you got every fucking man walking around like Doug Heffernan. How the fuck you expect us to act? That's the shit you're showing us on TV. Of course everybody's gonna act like Raymond Ramon on Everybody Loves. Of course. A complete dumbass, completely disconnected from the family. An idiot. You wonder why women have the perception of men that they do today. The programming. The programming. Regardless of your reason, men, for not going to church today, I say kudos. Good job. It might be because you're stubborn. You don't need nobody to tell you to do. By the way, that's ego. You need to heal that. Okay? And yet at the same time, it's there for a reason. Okay? So you need to heal the hurt ego part of you, or the beat your chest ego part of you. But you need to stand on who you really truly are. And maybe who you really truly are is someone who is defiant. You're a rebel. Confirmation Bert. He's a rebel and he'll never ever do what he should, but just because he doesn't do what everybody else does, that's no reason why he can't share my love. He's always good to me, always treat me tenderly. He's not a rebel, no, no, no. He's not a rebel, no, 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 to me. So maybe you're really not a rebel, but you just see the bullshit that religion is. Okay? You have to use your own discernment. You know who you are. You know your trueness. Okay? So thank you so much as always for tuning in. And again, this was kind of a general talk kind of thing. But again, just picking up on the energy today. Where everyone is, 43 minutes exactly, that's a 7. Just picking up on where the general energy is today. Okay? Yeah. So, again, I took back my energy, pulled back my energy, even from the readers that I have been following. Okay? I've pulled back my energy from everybody. Everyone. Okay? I've unsubscribed. Yeah. 43:33 when I said that. Thank you so much as always for tuning in, and again, be encouraged.